Mike, we're starting at defensive tackle number 32, Justin Clegg. Number 55 at defensive end, Terrence Matlock. Number 53 at defensive end, Tim Callison. Number 64 inside linebacker, Travis Potts. Number 60 inside linebacker, what a player he is, John Skinner. Big number 44 outside linebacker, Brandon Bradford. Number 33 outside linebacker, playing a great outside linebacker, Monzel Davis. And starting at cornerback, number 3, Damon Witherspoon, which you'll see him going both ways tonight. Number 21 at cornerback, Kari Monroe. He'll be on the other side. At strong safety, Dan Smith, number 9. And at free safety, number 2, Kevin Bryant, being the Southern State Bank isolated player of the game.
And the Leopards are getting set now to kick this one off. Josh Floriani has it teed up, waiting for the referees. The official blows his whistle, and we are underway. A low line drive fielded at the 10-yard line, across the 20, the 25, the 30, and upended at the 36.
Mike, that's their starting quarterback, taking those deep run backs. Last year he was playing at wide receiver. They got him at starting at the quarterback. They said he's got a good, strong arm, and he's got the mobility to be a triple threat, like Ron said at pregame, and we've got to keep our eyes on him.
That is number 15, Josh Morgan, who will be the quarterback for the Panthers tonight. In the backfield with him for most of the night will be Justin Wells and Josh Morgan. And they are lined up to either side. As Ray starts in the shotgun, throwing out to the corner. Nice hit. It's looks like Witherspoon breaks that one up at the 40-yard line.
Mike, they're split out wide. They got two running backs in the backfield. Looks like they're going in no huddle with and throwing it to the home side field, and Damon just broke up the pass beautifully.
Damon playing the corner to the near side. Ray once again in shotgun. Twins to the right for Benton. Motion now to the right side. This time to give up the middle. Lots of running room across the 50-yard line to the Malvern 48-yard line. And actually, they're going to spot this one right at the 50.
Mike, that was
15 yards.
That was Josh Morgan, a 5'10", 170 junior. They took looked like a draw play right up the gut. He got about 15 yards out of it, and we've just got to really do our containment with our linebackers.
1st and 10 for Benton. Still in the shotgun. Ray takes this one, hands off up the middle once again. This time, look like number 12, Johnny, unless I missed a number there.
Number 24, Justin Wells, sophomore running back. Looked like another one just to the home side stands, kind of riding that running back right into the line, thinking it was going to pull it out for an option, and trying to establish that running game right up the middle so they can pull it out and run that option to the outside is what Benton's attempting to do early.
Benton going with no huddle out of the shotgun once again. This time the option to the right side. Ray gives it up across the 45. The Benton runner is knocked out of bounds. They're going to spot this one at the 42-yard line.
Mike, we had their receiver tied our cornerback up on the right-hand side of the field a little bit too long and allowed them to get 3 or 4 yards rushing. They ran the option to the visitor side stands and picked up about 3 or 4 yards.
Well, it's big down here, guys. Big time for the Leopards to step up and play some defense.
3rd down and 2 now. Ray's up under center this time. The pitch to the left side. Across the 40. He has the 1st down. And run out of bounds is number 5, Josh Morgan.
Mike, it was just a straight eye play. It looked like they might have gone up right up the gut. Instead, they turned around and did a quick pitch to the left, come to the home side stands, and took the corner and gained about 10 yards or so.
Definitely much more speed for this Benton team than we've seen from them in years past. Looks like they're going to line up in the I once again. Still going no huddle with twins right, split left. Josh Morgan lined up as the tailback. He's going to get the pitch to the right side. Cuts it up the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's across the 20-yard line now. And it's going to be brought down at the 19. A gain of 9 on the play.
Mike, that was just the same call going to the right-hand side of the field, straight eye formation for the Benton Panthers. Turn around, the quarterback just turned around, a quick pitch to Josh Morgan, and he gained about 7 yards on the play.
They're calling it 2nd down and 2 now from the Leopard 18. Benton once again in the eye. Motion to the near side. The pitch to the left side. It's Ray once again. Number 5 gets across the 20. Flag on the play. Tackle made by Damon Witherspoon at the 15. It looks like, Johnny, this one may come back with a holding penalty.
Mike, there, it looks like there's 2 flags. The referee threw one flag and he turned around and threw his hat on the second one. Could possibly be a face mask and then a holding penalty that could counteract both flags.
It is a holding penalty against Benton. And then we have a face mask penalty, which is the 5-yard variety. They're saying offsetting penalties.
It was unfortunate. It looked like KB was coming around. They held him right at the first, and then he made the tackle and did a 5-yard face mask variety, just barely raking this face mask, and unfortunately we could have backed him up about 10 yards, but that's how it goes when you got aggressive defense.
2nd down and 2 once again for Benton.
This is the time when you need to make a good stop. We need to stop them here. 2nd and 3.
Ray Ray in the shotgun. This time he gives it to the right side. Running for the first down is Justin Wells as he gets down to the Malvern 14-yard line.
Mike, they were both in the shotgun formation and turned around and handed it off, or short pitch to the tailback. And we had him stopped. John Skinner had him in the backfield. And elusive as Josh Morgan was, he slipped his tackle and gained 3 or 4 for the first down.
Morgan this time lined up as a tailback. Motion to the near side once again. Ray pitches to Morgan. Coming to the near side, Leopard's there. Tackle made by number 21, Kari Monroe, and he just drops Morgan for about 3, maybe 4-yard loss, Johnny.
Mike, that's a great pursuit by Kari Monroe. Looks like Coach Golden's bringing that strong safety up from his position to help in this running attack that Benton is trying to establish early, and that's what's going to take to stop this Benton Panther team.
Well, I tell you what, Monroe had over 20 tackles last week, and looks like he's going to play a little more aggressive tonight, guys.
Ray back in shotgun to give. No, he's throwing to the outside. Malvern has a man there. Ball is overthrown, and that looked like, Johnny, was that Witherspoon out there?
Mike, that was Dan Smith out on the number 9. Great coverage. He was on the inside. It looked like it was trying to jump ball to number 80 for the Benton Panthers, John Roberts. He's a senior, 180. And, good size out on the receiver for Benton and trying to throw that Justin Delamar throw and catch is what they were playing against us that time. It to no avail.
Johnny, is a lot like we were talking about last week. That wide receiver's got some height advantage. Ray this time looking to throw again to the right side. Throws over the middle. It is incomplete. Nice coverage there by the Leopards as Kevin Bryant came in late to make the hit.
Along with Kevin Bryant, Justin Delamar's in the secondary, and he read that quarterback's eyes all the way and stepped in front of that defensive back, or both. KB and Justin Delamar both collided with the receiver at the same time to break up the pass. It was just a great defensive effort by the Leopards. Great stop.
Well, look here, guys. 4th down, and they've got a field goal kicker.
Looks like Wes Grant, a sophomore for the Panthers, coming out. A 34-yard attempt. This one is up, and it is no good.
Great.
No score for Benton as they chewed up a lot of yardage there, Johnny, but just couldn't quite finish it off. Leopards' team speed really caught up to them towards the end of that series.
It looked like that the coaches started sending, like Johnny said, sending the safeties out there because they were running sweep. Number 5, he carried the ball something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in that drive right there.
Leopards now on the offense. They're starting at their 20-yard line. Jace Roberts is the quarterback. Damon Witherspoon lined up at tailback. Roberts takes a snap, give up the middle to Witherspoon. He picks up about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
Straight up the middle. I just want to take a time out to tell the starting lineup of the Leopards. Number 4, quarterback Jace Roberts. Number 44, fullback Brandon Bradford. Number 3, tailback Damon Witherspoon. Number 2, the flanker Kevin Bryant. Number 34 at split end, Justin Delamar. Number 60, left tackle, is John Skinner. Number 79 is Jason Floriani at left guard. 52 is Mark Blackerby at center. And I will get the rest after this play.
Jace Roberts under center now for the Leopards. The give to Witherspoon up the middle, just going to break it outside. He's got a little running room across the 25, the 30, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 35 after a gain of 10.
Mike, that was definitely just a turnaround quick pitch to it was a design play up the middle. He saw an opening to the outside, stiff armed their cornerback and gained another 8 yards. And to finish off the starting lineup, the big right side, number 78 is Jason Tatum at right guard, and number 66, the right tackle, Jonathan Reddick, and number 6 at tight end is Justin Simmons.
Roberts up under center, Leopards in the eye. The give to Brandon Bradford up the middle. He gets across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. A gain of 2. It's going to be second down and 8.
Mike, when we're lining up in the I formation, Brandon Bradford's right behind the quarterback at fullback, and you have to establish that running game right up the middle so that the option will work with the quarterback and the tailback.
Once again, though, Johnny, that's positive yards out of the fullback. Big old Brandon Bradford slamming up in there and loosening them up a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with the 3 yards and a cloud of dust. The old Alpy way.
Jace Roberts under center, looking to throw this time to Kevin Bryant. It is complete.
Nice catch.
At the 48-yard line. Again, another gain of 10 yards for the Leopards. It's going to be first and 10. And Johnny, another thing you might notice tonight, Jace Roberts coming to the sideline, getting the play. Kevin Bryant is being signaled in the formation, so they're not doing as much interchanging as far as those wideouts go.
They're keeping those big guys out there so we can have big targets. That allows us to get the ball to the big guys out here on the split end. So that's a good coaching move.
This time Roberts gives to Witherspoon across into Benton territory. He's going to be brought down at the 46-yard line. A gain of about 3.5, we'll call it 4 yards. Second down and 5 now for the Leopards.
Mike, that was a good hard run by Damon Witherspoon. I tell you what, the strong side of the line, looks like John Skinner over on left tackle, opened up a big hole off the tackle side and allowing Damon to get good yardage against these Benton Panthers early.
A good hard run.
Delamar and Bryant, the wideouts for the Leopards. They line up in the eye once again. Roberts pitches this time to Witherspoon to the right side. He cuts it up and is going to be brought down as he crosses the 45. They're going to spot it at the 44, a gain of 3. It'll be third down now for the Leopards and 2 to go.
It was just a straight quick pitch to Damon coming around the right-hand side towards the home stands, and they had their linebackers pinching and coming in to support that run defense and allow a little penetration and not let the Leopards gain but a couple of yards.
Damon Witherspoon coming to the sideline after that play. Kari Monroe now in at tailback. Roberts takes the snap, gives to Monroe off the right side across the 40, the 30, the 25, and he's going to be dropped at the 21. We've got a flag on the play, which was thrown early. Could be holding and might bring this one back, Johnny.
That's just unfortunate because it was right up the gut, and looks like they're going to spot it at the we got holding. It looks like probably Mark Blackerby right in the center. That's unfortunate because, boy, we gained 20 yards on that play.
30 yards actually from the line of scrimmage. He took off. That's a great run by Kari Monroe. It's a little change of direction there with the Leopards. But, boy, I tell you what, the referee threw that in there quick, Johnny. When he saw that holding, he threw the pass before as Kari broke through the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the umpire that is right behind or right between the two linebackers threw that flag pretty quick. He knew exactly what was going on, and he's, like you said, Ron, he threw it pretty quick, so it must have been a true hold.
Leopards in a throwing situation, and Roberts in shotgun. It's third down and 9. Roberts lets this one go. It is incomplete. And that was Eddie Callison coming out of the backfield where he had come in at fullback. We got another flag on the play.
Both line judges throw the hanky on the field. That could illegal motion against the Leopards. I imagine the Benton Panthers will decline this to make it 4th down. Incomplete pass, but number 31 for the Leopards, is that Eddie Callison? Eddie Callison. It was just off his fingertips. If he had come up with that fingertip catch, we'd liable to have a 1st down.
You know, guys, there's another one of those situations. We talked about your Southern State keys to the game. We cannot be making mistakes and having penalties. And that big penalty cost us bad. The holding penalty did.
That's right. And when you're playing big teams and big strong teams, you got to be mentally prepared to battle through these things and not make these mistakes. And holding on to the football and coming up with key catches and not making careless penalties they'll help you in the end. Let the other team make these
Leopards
plays.
Leopards looking to punt now. Jace Roberts, the protector, the quarterback. Low snap, gets away from Potts. And that ball is going to be covered by Benton at the Malvern 30-yard line. So Benton getting outstanding field position here to start their 2nd series.
Mike, it was just a low skipping snap that didn't even get there. It skipped twice before it got to the punter and went through the punter's hands and rolled another 5 yards, and he wasn't able to fall on it. But fortunately, one of the defensive backs did fall on it, and it was not even blocked or anything else to go even further back. So there was some positive come out of that.
Justin Ray giving up the middle. No, he keeps it and tosses off the right side this time, and that's number 9, Donovan Clark.
Mike, what they've done is they're trying to establish that inside game off that first series. He pulls it out of the fullback, riding him into the line, and Justin Ray, he pulls it out and tries to run the option, and we did not have any support to the right-hand side of the field, and he was able to scamper a good 30 yards on that play.
A 22-yard pickup there.
1st down and goal now for Benton from the Malvern 9-yard line. Ray setting up in shotgun. This time he's going to give up the middle. Lots of running room. Touchdown Benton as Josh Morgan goes 9 yards for the Panther score.
Mike, he rode that tailback or one of their halfbacks right into the line. He gave it to that fullback or that tailback and just let him run straight up the middle with it. Ran right by our linebackers, and we were thinking that the quarterback had the ball, and he went straight up for the score.
Benton now setting up for their extra point. Wes Grant will be the kicker.
Ron, was that about a 9-yard score?
9-yard run, bud.
The kick is up and good. So the Benton Panthers take a 7-0 lead on the Leopards. Johnny, after building a little momentum, the Malvern offense kind of sputtered and spurted there towards the end of their first drive and really gave Benton that great opportunity.
Well, those mishap on the special teams will cost you, and they come up big with the Benton recovering that ball in 3 plays. They scored. Malvern just got to take it right back to them with this kickoff return, and hopefully with our offense get it going.
Kari Monroe fields this one at the 25. He's out across the 30, down. Correction, let's see.
Number 24 for the Leopards.
Number 24. I thought that was Kari Monroe. It's Ricky Garland with a good return.
He did exactly what he should. He brought it right back into the wedge and got it up over the 30-yard line to over the 32 for the Leopards.
14-yard pickup, and like you say, anytime you can get across the 30 gives. You said it all last year. Good things are going to happen.
That's no doubt, Ron, and I'll stick to my word from last year.
Justin Delamar and Kevin Bryant, the wideouts for the Leopards. Witherspoon back in at tailback, as is Bradford at fullback. That's Kari Monroe now. Across the 35, across the 40, and driven out of bounds at the 46-yard line. That's a 14-yard gain. It's 1st and 10 for the Leopards.
Mike, it's when you're in I formation and you're getting good blocks up front to contain those linebackers, and you got a wideout out here that is keeping that corner occupied. Great things are going to happen with that tailback, and that's exactly what happened. Kari Monroe came around the end, gave the stiff arm, and got another 6 yards on the play. That's what makes an extra 4 or 5 yards to get that 14 yards, and it was just a great play by Kari Monroe.
Witherspoon still on the bench for the Leopards, getting some attention. Kari Monroe at tailback. Roberts this time gives to Monroe. Looks like a little bit of a busted play. It'll still be about a yard gain as Kari Monroe, correction, that's Ricky Garland. So we've had another substitution at tailback.
It looked like to me that Kari Monroe kind of got shook up on that last play, and Richie Garland's back at tailback, and a little misdirection on the handoff, mix up in the backfield. So Richie Garland's back there is taking the play of both DeMond Witherspoon and Kari Monroe.
Gain of about a yard and a half. We will call it 2. 2nd down and 8. Leopards at their own 48-yard line. Robertson shotgun this time, looking to throw. He's got pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Back at the 35, fumble on the play, picked up by Benton, and Ricky Garland makes the tackle back at the Malvern 15-yard line. So, gentlemen, another big turnover for the Leopards, and Benton has got a lot of momentum early in this ball game.
Mike, we've missed a few blocks. They bring the linebackers straight up the middle in the shotgun formation, knowing that Roberts was going to step back and pass. He did not pick up the blitz, and 3 guys were on him, and Jace turned around to try to attempt to throw. And as he was going down, the ball was knocked out, and Benton picked up, and Richie Garland caught up with the defender and brought him down. But still, they get down to the Leopards' 15-yard line and knocking on the door for another score.
We have a timeout on the field. The Leopards want to talk about it. We will take a break and be back after this. Once again, we return to Claude Mann Stadium. 3:01 remaining in the first quarter. Leopards down 7-0, and Benton looking to score again, Ron.
Yeah, it's Benton, quite honestly, Johnny, looks to me like Benton's kind of taking it to us there between our ends and our tackles and everything. Of course, it's kind of hard to tell with 2 big fumbles. We just lose 33 yards on that fumble, scramble, whatever on that situation. So
I think if it'll be a positive. If we just get out of this situation with just 3 points, will definitely be a plus for the Leopards.
Justin Ray, the junior for Benton, up under center, brings motion to the near side. Morgan now with the toss to the left side out inside the 10-yard line. He's going to be brought down at about the 7-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play.
Mike, I think they found something. They know that Malvern is defending the pass more and not supporting the run, and it's allowing our cornerbacks not to step up and defend that run as much. And what they're doing, their outside receivers are driving our cornerbacks back in the secondary and allowing these running lanes to the outside.
I said gain of 8. It's actually 2nd and 3 now for Benton. Ray looking to throw to the left side. It is complete. And in for the touchdown is number 24, Justin Wells. Wells makes a good catch, able to keep his feet in bounds, and a big early lead as Benton goes up 13-0.
Like they flooded the outside with trips to the left and ran the 2 receivers to the slant, and the inside receiver peels back along the line of scrimmage, and Justin Ray throws a strike out to the flat and allowing for the 3-yard score.
Wes Grant setting up now for the extra point. It's away and good. So Benton now leads 14-0. 2:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Once again, we will take a break and be back after this. Once again, we return to Claude Mann Stadium. The Leopards down 14-0 early in this ball game. And Johnny, so far Benton taking advantage of some Malvern miscues.
Well, when you don't have a 15-yard march to score and a 30-yard march to score, it puts a damper in your sail, definitely, for the Leopards. So we got to stop making mental mistakes and take our opportunity to the bank, to be honest.
Ricky Garland takes this one once again out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Good, tough return.
Our offense has to come out and establish themselves right now and get a good game plan and good action getting down this field. Our running game, good mix with the passing game, establish themselves and keep our defense off the field and attempt to score here pretty quick.
Ricky Garland coming off the field. It looks like DeMond Witherspoon may have returned for the Leopards.
DeMond was just shaking up briefly. Looks like they taped his ankle back up and got him back out there pretty quick. So high formation for the Leopards.
Delamar to the near side, Bryant to the left. Now looking for Bryant, complete. Oh, incomplete at the 30. Right in and out of the hands of Kevin Bryant, the Southern State player of the game. Just missed that one, and it would have been about a 5-yard gain.
Hey, guys, he had a lot of green around him, a lot of green in front of him, and I believe he took his eyes off the ball. He wasn't going to get hit. I believe he's looking to run, Johnny.
He was. It got to his numbers, and Mike, you know better than anybody, you got to catch this ball. You got to catch the ball with your hands, not with your body, or they'll bounce right off your shoulder pads. And it looks like to me it got to KV's shoulder pads and got away from him. So unfortunate for the Leopards.
And you can't gain any yards without the football. Roberts under center once again, pitches this time to the near side. Witherspoon across the 25, across the 30, cuts back across the 35, and brought down at the 40, 1st and 10 for the Leopards.
Mike, it looked like a 12-yard gain, I formation for Damon Witherspoon. Great lead blocking by Brandon Bradford, and great blocking also by Jonathan Reddick, number 77 on this side. With Justin Simmons, one heck of a block. He's pinching those linebackers on the inside, allowing these running lanes to the outside on the strong side of the offense. And great downfield blocking by KB. So I'm giving credit on this side of the line for a great job on that play.
This time up the middle, Brandon Bradford is going to be stopped at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 to be 2nd and 6 for the Leopards.
Mike, you know, anytime you get 3 yards, 4 yards, you know, on the play for the Leopards, when you're running it straight up the gut with your fullback, and Brandon Bradford's not afraid to hit anybody, and you know, we'll take that every time, but we've got to establish that running game to make that outside game effective.
Roberts under center once again, pitch to the near side. Witherspoon cuts up and is going to be brought out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
We went to the strong side again and trying to get the same connection as we did the previous 2 plays ago when we got 14 yards. And we just run out of running space. Out of the eye, quick pitch to the Damon Witherspoon. Just ran out of real estate. And the Panther defense, you know, stopped us because of the distance.
Bryant and Delamar, the receivers, once again. It's 3rd down and 4 for the Leopards. Roberts looking to throw. He's got Kevin Bryant. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Bryant can't quite get back to get it. And Bryant was wide open, but a nice defensive play there by Benton to get their hands up.
Mike, I think the Leopards have found something in the passing game. What I've seen, they're passing away. They've got a strong safety that's run up in on the weak side of the ball. I'm talking about the far receiver, and then they've got a slot receiver. They've got a strong safety coming up, and it's right in the middle of the passing lane for our deep receiver like Justin Delamar. So it's taking away the slant. So they're coming to the strong side of our line and allowing that passing game that way. So there is a opening for that.
Potts gets this one away. Klein is fielded at the 20. The Leopard's going to get a penalty for a late hit. There was an outstanding tackle made there for the Leopards, but we had one fly in late, and that one's going to be probably a 15-yarder, Johnny.
Mike, that was Dan Smith on the coverage, and great open field tackle. But we had a late hit coming in there very late that the Leopards can't afford to give up an extra 15 yards coming in there hitting the receiver late that is laying on the ground. So unfortunately, middle letdown by the Leopards.
So the ball was going to be spotted at about the 21, 22-yard line. They've now moved up to the 37, and the Panthers in great field position once again as Justin Ray gets ready to take the snap. He's in shotgun, sends a man in motion to the right side. Looking to throw there. Now he's going to pumps right, throws left. He's got a man along the left sideline. It is complete. We never actually got the signal, but they're calling it complete now at the Malvern 21. It was a good question there if he was able to get his feet in bounds, but
it was a foot race down the sidelines. The receiver, number 12, he's one of their main targets, Josh Brown, was just in a foot race. He just was on a go route and got past the cornerback over here on the home side sands, and Justin Ray pump faked to the right-hand side of the field and went back down the sidelines, and it looks like this guy named Josh Brown came up with it with 1 foot on the inbounds.
Ball is spotted at the 26-yard line. Ball thrown to the right side, overthrown. Looks like that pass was intended for John Roberts. 2nd down and 10 now for Benton.
Mike, that almost looked like a wide receiver screen out there to the flat. The quarterback just throws it to the far outside receiver, and the other inside receivers go downfield and try to block, so the wide out receiver gets the ball. So great defensive play by Dan Smith. He recognized it and broke up the play.
Justin Rain shotgun once again. Give up. No, he's going to run the option now off the right side. Big gain for Benton. Looks like we may have a holding penalty. The gain was to the 20, but this one's going to come back.
Wide receiver number 80 out there was not allowing our D-back, Kevin Bryan, out there, and he was grabbing his jersey, keeping him from containment on the outside. And from that spot of the foul, about on the 22, they're going to back him back up over the 32. So good break for the Leopards, because they're doing the damage on the option to the Leopards tonight.
What would have been 2nd and about 2 or 3 now turns into 2nd and 17 for the Panthers.
Mike, our linebackers are going to have to get out there and stop that pursuit. We stopped the quarterback that time, but the running back was kind of wide open for at least 5 yards downfield.
Ray takes a snap. As the first quarter comes to an end, he's going to take this one himself across the 25-yard line. And this one will be spotted at the Malvern 24.
Mike,
so a gain of 7 on the play.
Mike, I think that's the end of the first quarter. The Benton Panthers are leading the Malvern Leopards 14-0.
The financial horizon in our little town is changing fast, and all you really want is a familiar face in a convenient place. You've noticed all these blue mountains popping up around town and maybe wondered, what's that all about? It's about banking on the Summit. The best rates, the most reliable, experienced folks, and innovative ways to help you keep up with it all. Don't get left at the bottom with a bunch of strangers. Build your future on the Summit.
Hi, this is Tony Warner from Malvern National Bank. 2003's really been another great year for M&B. We were chosen again as Malvern's #1 bank in the Malvern Daily Record's Readers Poll. That's 3 straight years that the majority people of Malvern and Hot Spring County have let us know that our brand of community banking is the type of banking they like. We hope you know how much Malvern National appreciates your great comments about us and how much we appreciate your business. Malvern National Bank, a real community bank.
When you do something right for over 50 years, you obviously know what you're doing. And that's the way it is at McClure Real Estate. Over 50 years of professional real estate service to the Malvern area. They're locally owned and they're locally operated. That's McClure Real Estate, 332-2777. Give them a call. McClure Real Estate, 332-2777. Proud sponsors of Malvern Leopard Football. It's fall, it's cool weather, your mind thinks of a lot of things. Football, and maybe it's time for a new automobile or to trade that jalopy off. I'm here with Mr. Teeter Chevrolet Olds, and he's got some words for you.
Yes, sir. We've got the words and we've got the product. We've got probably over 500 units out here, and I'm looking at a sea of cars. I've got all kinds and creeds and colors of vehicles, all type of sport utilities. We've got them here at Teeter's. So come on out and shop us real soon.
Again, this is Ron McNamara, speaking from my own experiences. The deals are sweeter at Teeter.
Turn to Claude Mann Stadium to start this second quarter. Benton Panthers leading the Malvern Leopards 14-0 and threatening to score once again. They have the ball at the Malvern 24. It's 3rd down and 8, Johnny.
3rd down and 8. This is where the Leopards have to step up and stop these Benton Panthers. We've got to get pressure to that quarterback, like I said earlier, and stop this option play. They got a triple threat and back in the backfield, and we've got to stop number 15.
Wells and Morgan alongside Ray, who's in the shotgun. Ray looking to pass. We have a flag already. Pass is incomplete after a fantastic hit along that right side. Monzel Davis, who just came back this week with a big hit on the little screen pass.
Mike, they threw a flag on illegal shift. I think they'll decline it and go 4th down here. 4th and 7 But I tell you what, the Benton Panthers are kind of in no man's land on the 24-yard line of the Leopards. They're approximately, what, Mike? 34 plus 7, that's 41-yard kick. It looks like they're bringing out their kicker right now.
The last kick looked to be a little bit short. However, on the kickoffs, they've had a lot more distance.
Mike, there's dynamite in small packages, and number 7, he looks pretty small, but you never know what's in that leg.
That's John Hill, gets this one away. It's going to be short as it hits at the back of the end zone. So the Leopard defense holds up after giving up the big pass play. And the Leopards now looking to get something started. And actually, Johnny, I say get something started, keep something going offensively.
Well, that was a big stop by the Leopards. It's fortunate that we stopped them. We needed to stop them. Great coaching by Coach Golden and the rest of the Leopard staff to slow down this big Benton-powered offense.
We need to go ahead and put some back-to-back first downs and keep a hold of the ball and get some points on the scoreboard here, guys.
Roberts pitches to Witherspoon on the right side now across the 20. Out to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Leopards.
Mike and Ron, I think the Leopards have found something on the outside where our big guys, Reddick and Justin Simmons, is sealing off that backside or strong side for the Leopards and allowing Damon Witherspoon and get Brandon Bradford out there to kick out the defensive back or linebacker to get good gains on the quick pitch.
It's good-sized kids out on that side of the line. You make a good point, Johnny.
Roberts under center this time, pitches to the near side. That's Witherspoon, and he's going to be hemmed up and dropped at the 24 for a loss of a yard.
That's unfortunate because it looked like, they come to the weak side, but there's a lot of defensive backs out there. It looks like Brandon Bradford did kick out the cornerback. They come up for containment, but the linebackers were there ready to stop Witherspoon at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like we didn't get any penetration on our offensive line to get back in those linebackers that came across. You make a good point. Yeah, Bradford kicked him out, but he turned right into a linebacker.
3rd down and 6 now for the Leopards as Bryant and Delamar now going a twin set to the far side. Simmons, the tight end, comes to the near side. Roberts takes a snap, looking to throw. It is complete to Kevin Bryant at the 30. Breaks a tackle across the 35 and brought down at the 36.
That looked like an 11-yard reception, Mike. Another great play by Southern State Bank's isolated player of the game. Kevin Bryant, he's a playmaker. You get the ball to his hands, and I said it time and time again last year, you get it to in his hands, he will make great plays after the catch. And we just need to get the ball into his hands and Justin Delamar's hands on the receiver side.
Same set now for the Leopards. Delamar and Bryant goes in a twin set to the far side. Simmons to the near side. Roberts in shotgun. Takes a snap. Gives up the middle to Witherspoon. Breaks a couple of tackles and gets to the 38-yard line. Gain of 2.
We're back in the shotgun formation, spread out formation of the Leopards. And we're trying to run the same kind of plays that the Benton Panther runs, riding in the tailback or halfback into the line and attempt to, pull it out and run the option or giving that, perception of the play.
We'll have to do something to get those linebackers right off that line of scrimmage too, Johnny. Boy, they're crowding up.
We got to open the passing game up and start passing on beyond them. They'll have to,
good point.
They're coming up to defend the run and they're not respecting the pass.
Robertson shotgun once again, looking to throw to the right side, is complete to Kevin Bryant across the 45. He's at the 50, breaks a couple of tackles across the 40, the 35, and run out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Great move. I tell you what, Gibbs, you made the call right there, and they did exactly what you said. They go back in under it and do a great job from Roberts to Bryant. What a run, what a catch.
And Johnny, I wish I would have said something about this in the pregame. We're running a little bit short on time. I was glad you picked Kevin Bryant for the Southern State Player of the game. Hasn't done a lot offensively this year. Last year he was our main threat at receiver, and that's really all you had to cover. But now with Delamar out there, that frees up Kevin Bryant to make some plays.
Yeah, they're not putting any defensive back up on KB and allowing him to have a free passing lane.
Roberts now completes it to Bryant again at the 20. inside the 20, and they're going to spot this one at the 18-yard line, actually the 19-yard line. And all of a sudden, the Leopards have some momentum offensively.
Yeah, you know what they're doing, guys? They're sitting out here. Excuse me, Johnny, for stepping on you. They're lulling. We got to watch for Justin Delamar. They're kind of playing off of him, and he's keying on Bryant. So we might be something good from him. We got a timeout.
We have a timeout on the field. We're going to take a break as well. 8:49 remaining in the first half. Benton leads Malvern 14-0. Once again, we'll return to Claude Mann Stadium. Leopards on the move. 8:49 remaining here in the first half. And Johnny, an outstanding catch and run there by Kevin Bryant.
Yeah, KB, he caught the ball. He went out about 3 yards, turned around for Jace to get it to him, turns around and turns the inside of the playing field, coming back into the linebackers. The D-back commits to him to the inside of the field. He reverses his field, go down the sideline for an extra 5-yard gain. You know, great run after the catch by KB.
Jace under center now, takes the snap, give to Witherspoon. He is hit early and is going to be dropped back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. It's going to be second down and 3.
Mike,
third down, excuse me.
Sound like their coaches were in our huddle on that one. They knew exactly where the ball was going. Quick pitch or direct handoff to Damon Witherspoon. It looked like a busted play by all the line because there was about 4 Panthers in the backfield defending that run. So big host of Panthers. So we got to come up with a good throw and catch here to keep this drive alive by the Leopards.
Bryan and Delamar going to a twin set to the far side. Simmons split left. Roberts looking to throw to the right. He's got it, man. It is caught. Touchdown, Malvern.
Touchdown, Malvern.
Kevin Bryant comes out with a great catch by Chase Roberts. You know,
outstanding catch there. Kevin Bryant catches that one on his fingertips.
That was a
21-yarder.
20-yard throw and catch. Great. It was a post pattern by both Justin Delamar and Kevin Bryant. Both had an opportunity to catch the ball. Kevin Bryant makes a good catch over his back shoulder, bringing it down and jumping over the line of scrimmage, or the goal line for the catch, for the touchdown.
The kick is up and no good, so the Leopards now trail 14-6. 7:59 remaining in the first half. We'll be back after this.
I tell you what, and we're back.
We are back at Claude Mann Stadium. I didn't signal Ron that we were coming back on air, but Ron, while you're here, we had actually 2 receivers in that area, Delamar and Bryant. Either one of them could have had the touchdown there. Malvern now set to kick off. Floriani gets this one away. It's going to be fielded at the 7-yard line. Across the 20, the 25, the 30-yard line, and knocked out of bounds at the 33.
Mike, they've got their quarterback bringing the ball up from the goal line, and that kid is really fast and strong. He's 6'1", 190-pound quarterback, and bringing the ball up through the wedge. You know, that shows you how great an asset for that quarterback of being on that team to be returning kicks.
Benton setting up now in the shotgun, twins to the near side, split left. Ray takes the snap. He's going to run the option. Potts makes him give it up, and it's going to be tackle made at the 39-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play, and that was number 24, Justin Wells, on the option.
Mike, what they're doing,
I said Potts. It was actually Skinner that made the quarterback give it up, Johnny.
Mike, what they're doing is they're riding that halfback into the line, pulling it out, and running that option with the quarterback with the other halfback and coming to the home side or the strong side of the line. And unfortunately, that wasn't a loss because it was just about, we had them stopped in the backfield.
This time to give up the middle, out across the 45 to the 46-yard line is number 5, Josh Morgan. First down and 10.
Mike, they ran that misdirection with 2 halfbacks, one going one way. It's like a crisscross with a trapping the guard and the tackle on the right-hand side, coming across to pinching the defensive ends and allowing number 5 to scamper right up the middle for 10 yards.
Ray once again the shotgun, sends a man in motion. This time he gives off to the left side. Nice tackle made out there.
Wow.
Doesn't like
Corey Monroe.
Corey Monroe, outstanding tackle.
He showed his speed against Josh Morgan. Josh Morgan didn't have a chance. He was going east and west on this field, and you know, to get any yards, you got to go north and south, and he lost 3 yards because Corey Monroe beat him to the chase to that corner and did not let him turn up. So super play by Corey Monroe.
Loss of 3 on the play. It's 2nd down and 13 now for the Panthers.
Another one of those safeties coming up, mixing them up, guys.
Motion once again out of the shotgun. Ray's going to keep this one himself. Gets across the 45, across the 50, the 45, and is going to be brought down at the 39-yard line as it looked like the Leopards had the big quarterback hemmed up in the backfield.
It's just unfortunate. We thought we had him. John Skinner, I thought he had him behind the line, and he just stepped up beyond the linebackers and got out of containment and scampered for about a 15-yard gain. Is that about right, Ron?
22 yards.
22. Woo.
1st down and 10 now for the Panthers into Leopard territory once again.
I better stick to first downs
That's
here.
why I'm not talking.
To give out the middle, Josh Morgan across the 30. Lots of running room. He's brought down at the 27-yard line. Gain of 12 on the play.
Mike, what they're doing, their big line has got a man-on-man and keeping them hemmed up long enough to not letting us get a paw on them to bring them down at the line of scrimmage. They're getting good penetration on our line with these tailbacks going straight up the middle.
It is a 1st down for Benton.
Well, once again, guys, number 15 can do so dang many things with the football that we almost had him contained back on that 22-yard run, but he did get away from us.
Had a brief equipment time out there, but we're set to get things back underway. Ray in the shotgun, going to keep it himself again, gets across the 30, or across the 25, is going to be brought down at the 23.
Mike, there was another one. You ride that tailback or halfback in, going over a right tackle, and number 15 pulls it out and goes straight up right behind the other guard, kind of like the trap play they just ran just a while ago with the other halfback. Justin Ray just took it himself and got 3 or 4 yards out of the play.
2nd down and 6 now for the Panthers. Still running out of a no huddle. Ray takes a snap out of shotgun, looking to throw. Got a man across the middle, overshoots him. Out on coverage for the Leopards was Devon Witherspoon. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 for Benton.
Mike, Malvern was really keeping their eyes on the running play, and Josh Brown run a post pattern, and if the ball was down a little lower, he's liable to come up with a catch for a touchdown, and the ball was thrown over his head, and a good hit. The timing of the ball with Devon Witherspoon, but it's liable to be in 6 right there on that play.
Ray Shaw, he does have an exceptional arm. Accuracy has been in question a little bit so far tonight. Motion to the near side, out of shotgun. Ray looking to throw again, got a man in the corner, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of the receiver. It's going to be 4th down and 6 now. It'll be interesting to see what Benton does here, as they've been unsuccessful with the field goal unit thus far.
Mike, Dan Smith I think he tipped the ball right before it got to number 80, John Roberts, over into the corner of the end zone. Just at the last second, Dan Smith just barely got his fingers on it to disrupt John Roberts' concentration in the end zone. So fortunate for the Leopards to get a finger on it.
4th down and 6. Benton is going to go for it.
Big play here for the Leopards. We need a stop. We got to keep 15 contained.
Ray takes a snap, looking to throw. Coming to the near side, it is incomplete. They throw the flag, and I'll be honest with you, how you can throw a flag on that ball, it was totally uncatchable. I can't believe they're going to throw a flag on that play.
The receiver was just barely on the... Oh, it's offensive interference.
They're going to call offensive.
4th down.
It looked like they were calling the defensive back there, Ron.
It looked to me like that the offensive player pushed the RD back out of bounds because when he threw the ball, the flag, our defensive man was on the ground outside of bounds. Now, I guess that's the only thing he could call their offensive man pushing our defensive man out of bounds.
Well, number 80, he's 6'3", 180 pounds. He's a little taller than some of our D-backs, and he tried to manhandle our guys, and fortunately, we pushed, the ball was uncatchable. What Mike was trying to say, that we could not believe that we'd even have a defensive penalty because he threw it so far away from our D-backs that it was uncatchable for the offense.
Well, my apologies to the officials. I assumed something and shouldn't have. So for a rarity, I will apologize to the game officials.
He was so quick with the flag, with the way he was positioned. I'm kind of like Michael. I could not believe he was going to call pass interference on Malvern, just the position of the way the referee was looking. And obviously he saw something the Benton players did out there that was not within the game of the rules.
Now, Johnny, this is something I don't claim to be an expert on the rules, but my understanding of this, that on that penalty, Malvern has got the ball now 1st and 5 at the 22. Is that why does Benton not get to keep possession of the football?
Mike, what you're looking at is where the marker is still at the point of where the foul is. I don't think they're gonna give the yardage to the Leopards. That's what their coach Jones is arguing right now, that the Leopards should not be assessed the penalty. Should be at the spot of the turnover, and they're giving the Leopards a 5-yard penalty beyond that. So
I'll tell you,
I'm with you, Mike and Ron. I don't know the rule interpretation of this, and you would think it was during the turnover, and they're spotting the foul after the fact.
I tell you what, guys, by the body language of the referee, he knows what he's doing, and he knows the rule, and he has not backed up. So it's we've got the change set now, and I think that was the thing that was confusing everybody. We're now 1st and 10 on our own 28.
We'll take everything we can get.
You bet.
Kevin Bryant goes split to the far side. Once again, the referee coming now to talk with Malvern head coach Eric Hart.
I want to tell you something. He's going to get in debate with Coach Hart, with Coach Hart's intelligence. This isn't going to last very long, guys.
Well, Coach Hart right now is smiling. He just patted the referee on the back. I think it's a good call by the referee, if you ask me.
I think that's what Coach Hart just told him.
Keep up the good work. I'll pay you at the end of this.
He probably just said, I agree with you, Coach. Agree with you. Nice call.
I think he just may have wanted equal face time.
I think you're exactly right. I think that's probably it right there.
I think he just told him he had a raise at the end of the game.
Kevin Bryant split to the far side. Delamar split to the near side. Roberts takes a stab to give up the middle to Witherspoon, and he's going to be brought down as he crosses the 30. They'll spot this one at the 31.
Mike, if nobody knows, it's 4:38 and ticking. The Leopard have plenty of time to get back on the board again before halftime. We need a strong running attack and a good offensive game plan to get back in the end zone. I think we got the momentum back on our side. Good defensive stop, and we get a couple of first downs again, and we're liable to be back on the board pretty quick.
As Johnny said, 4:15 and counting, Ron.
I think we've shown that we can throw the ball against this bunch, and I expect to see the ball in the air here shortly.
Well, I think it's going to take Jace Roberts to reading that secondary to see their soft zones to attack them. So I think that's where the Leopards going to attack.
The Leopards want to take a break and talk about it. We will take a break as well. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors. Once again, we return to Claude Mann Stadium. 4:07 remaining here in the first half. The Benton Panthers leading the Leopards 14-6.
It's turned into the kind of ball game we expected between Malvern and Benton. Two teams hungry for a win, and two teams really laying it all out there, between the goal lines and playing good hard-nosed football.
Ronnie, I thought the Leopards kind of come out dead early in the ball game, allowing Benton to get ahead 14-0. But I think that they kind of woke up here in the second quarter and coming up with that score.
Kevin Bryant comes in motion to the far side. Roberts takes the snap, complete to Bryant about the line of scrimmage. Bryant makes a couple of moves across the 30-yard line and will be run out of bounds as we wait for the spot at the 33.
good reception. It looked like a wide receiver screen. KB was coming in across in motion to the wide side of the field and allowing those receivers to block downfield and only gained about a yard on the play. So about 3rd and 5 to go for the Leopards for the first down.
3:59 remaining here in the first half. Bryant comes to the near side. Twin set for the Leopards. Roberts takes the snap. Pressure from up the middle. Roberts still looking and throws complete to Kevin Bryant. Fumble on the play. It's going to be covered at the 35, and gentlemen, it looked like Benton came up with that one, and they did.
Mike, what they did, KB was lifted up by the defensive backs, and the linebackers came in with a helmet and knocked the ball loose. It looks like that KB is kind of shook up from the rib side and the kidney side. Just unfortunately that the ball was coughed up where it is.
And it looked like Bryant was shaken up on the play. He's going to take a quick break. He wanted to stay in the ball game, but the Leopards decided to send in number 81, Jeff Biggs, and I really don't think they had a choice, Johnny, once the coaches came on the field.
That's no doubt. He was shook up, and the coaches had to help him off, so he will have to take a break for at least one play.
Ray gives up the middle. Josh Morgan dropped at the 35-yard line. Very little gain on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 10.
Terrence Matlock comes busting up through the middle to stop their running back, and still number 15, Justin Ray, hands him off right up the middle, trying to staff that inside game, and we've got to keep an eye on him because he'll pull it out and run that option on to the outside.
Well, that's one of the few times we've stopped Morgan, too. He's really racked up some stats here in the first half, guys.
Morgan and Wells alongside Ray in the shotgun. Twin set to the far side. Wells goes in motion now. Ray looking to throw to the left side. He's going to run it. He's out across the 35 and will be brought down near the 30.
I tell you what, Corey Monroe come up and took on the lead blocker, number 5 for the Benton Panthers, and knocked him a loop, disrupted the play, and did not allow Justin Ray to get around the end. He still gained 5 yards, but Corey Monroe really disrupted that play to allow a big gain.
3rd down now for Benton, facing 3rd and 6. Ray once again in the shotgun. He's going to keep it, come to the near side, cuts it up the middle on the option, is going to be dropped at the 29, short of the first down. And Johnny, now the Panthers looking at 4th down once again.
I tell you what, Jonathan Reddick come up there from his defensive tackle stand and stopped Justin Ray from running that option. Like I said, he was pulling it out and running that option with one of them halfbacks, and he decided to tuck it up and go up the middle, and Jonathan Reddick was there to make the stop. So great play by Jonathan Reddick.
You know, not only that, Skinner overran him in the backfield, too. We'd had him for a 2 or 3 yard loss.
The Benton Panthers want to take a break as they take a look at 4th down. We'll take a break and be back after this. We'll return once again to Claude Mann Stadium, where the Panthers lead the Leopards 14-6. Ron?
It'll be interesting when we come back to Johnny Gibbs here at halftime and check these Southern State's keys to the games, because Johnny's made some excellent calls on the keys to the game here, and some things we are doing and some things we aren't doing. And like I say, we thank our friends at Southern State for providing us the key to the games and the key player, and we'll check on those stats here in about 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Ron, this is a big play here for the Leopards to stop them right before halftime. Justin Ray needs to be stopped, and this is going to be his ball.
4th down and 4. Ray looking to throw over to the right side. It is fumble. Is it going to depend if they call it incomplete? It looked like it may have been. The referee says he juggled that one, and it was intended for number 12, Josh Brown.
He just did not come up with it, and our defense made a great stand, knocking the ball while he was coming down with it. Great play by the defense.
Okay, Johnny, how many times can we keep calling on our defense to do this? We're into 2.5 games now, and they just keep coming up. Is this the theme for the Leopards this year? Strong defense, and let's get this offense going?
Well, it takes time to get your offense rolling, and that's what it takes to try to get established. Get your momentum, and a couple of first downs will get that offense rolling. And a couple of catches will too.
Oh yeah.
Roberts out of the shotgun, ball at the 29. Looking to throw deep now, looking for Delamar. It is caught! Juggling catch by Justin Delamar at the 50-yard line.
20-yard catch, throwing catch. It was a Jace Roberts just threw it up for Justin Delamar to go up and get it, and his leaping ability over the defensive back, number 81 for the Panther, Josh Carter. Jump ball situation, and Justin Delamar comes down with a big catch. Allows the Leopards to get within 50 yards of a score, and that's what really gets a spark going for the Leopards offense.
Leopards at the 50-yard line now. Roberts in shotgun, looking to throw once again. This time over the middle. Simmons across the 35. He's going to be gang tackled there at about the 34, maybe the 30, right at the 34-yard line.
Mike, that's about a 16, 17-yard gain. Looks like a 16-yard gain by where the officials are spotting the ball. The Leopards have found the soft spot. You know, they're covering the outside receivers and leaving the slot receivers or the tight end to get in that soft zone, and Jace is just coming back, stepping back, and finding that open receiver in that zone and allowing the Leopards to get about 15 yards a pop, and it gives us a good chance to make a score.
Simmons and Delamar both with their first catches of the night. Roberts in shotgun once again. Looking to his left, it is complete to Simmons at the 20. He gets down to the 21-yard line. Outstanding catch and run. Justin Simmons, he catches his second in a row, Johnny.
Another 15, 16-yard throw and catch by the Leopards. Once they get the chain set, the clock will get started again at 1:11, and then we've got it rolling again. 1:07 to go until the half. The Leopards are trailing 6-14.
To the inside the Benton 20 for the first, well, not for the second time tonight. Roberts in shotgun gives to Witherspoon. He gets across the 20, down near the 10-yard line. We'll see where they spot this one. It'll be right at the 11. So a 6-yard gain for Witherspoon.
Timeout.
Timeout, Malvern. They are driving with 44 seconds left in the half. They trail 14-6. We'll be back after this. Once again, we return to Claude Mann Stadium. The Leopards driving here at the end of the first half, looking possibly to tie things up. They trail by 8.
Boy.
They have the ball at the Benton 11.
I will say one thing, Johnny. You were right. You know, a few first downs, a few plays here, and all of a sudden, this is a ball game, and we got a chance to score. Right here, right now.
Right. We've got to punch this in to keep us alive, and the Leopards have to do what it takes to get into the end zone. We cannot fail here to punch it in for these Leopards ball team.
Kobe Applewhite along with Kevin Bryan, a twin set to the far side. Looking across the middle, it is complete to Justin Simmons. Touchdown, Malvern! With 39 seconds left in the first half, Roberts throws to Simmons. 12 yards for the Malvern touchdown.
Mike, again, they found that soft zone, letting Justin Simmons go down the slot. He was wide open. No linebackers even catching up with him and letting the strong safety trying to defend him on the goal line. And he will win that battle every time when you got a smaller defensive back going up against our tight end. So great call by the Leopard offensive coordinator, Darryl Baker, on that play.
Leopards going for 2 now. Roberts up under center. The pitch to Witherspoon, headed to the right side, not much running room, and he is going to be stopped short. So with 39.9 seconds left here in the first half, the Leopards trail the Benton Panthers 14-12. The Leopards have just scored to bring themselves within 2 points of the Benton Panthers. And gentlemen, a nice drive with just under right at 2 minutes when they got the ball there, Johnny.
Well, I tell you what, that's the 2-minute offense. I mean, clicking it off right down the field with passing attack after passing attack, and we attack their soft spots in their defensive scheme and allowing our receivers to take advantage of that.
Floriani gets this one away. It's high and deep, and this one bounds at nearly the goal line. It's going to be picked up there. Tackle made for the Leopards.
Looked like he ran over his own.
It looked like he ran into Floriani's what it looked like when he got bundled up too.
Looks like maybe Josh Brown there. It took the brunt of that one. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line, and that's where Benton will take over 1st and 10 with 33 seconds left here in the first half.
Well, our defense has to give a big cushion just in case they do try to throw it long. It kind of looks like they're in a bunch situation where they're going to just take a knee and go in halftime 14-12.
The Leopard secondary backing off. It looks like Benton's going to take a knee. And they do. They may have to snap the ball one more time. Depends on how quickly it's reset. And 25-second clock just getting started. So there's 20 seconds left here in the first half. It looks like Benton is going to let this one roll. And Johnny, what looked to be possibly a blowout early in this ball game has all of a sudden gotten very competitive.
Well, Mike, like I said, the Benton came out early and established themselves, and then the Leopards decided to wake up and smell the copy and got out there and started playing the ball game.
Listen to these fans. We got a good crowd out here. Benton's brought a big crowd, and we got a whale of a second half coming, guys.
It is halftime here at Claude Mann Stadium. We will take a break, come back, and take a look at this first half after these messages.
Elkhorn Bank has helped generations of families buy homes, save for college tuition, or just have a little something extra for a rainy day. Get free overdraft privileges or a free ATM card with most checking accounts, or bring your child in to open one of our special school savings accounts. You can also take advantage of convenient online banking. You can view your account status, pay bills, and even access customer service. We can also help you with getting a student loan for college or buying that new house. Let us take care of all your banking needs and join with us in supporting our Malvern Leopards this season.
Go to OTC to get where you want to be. A small college with big opportunities. Get the quality education you need. Affordable classes, convenience too. We bring out the best in you. Washita Technical College is the place to be.
It takes hard work and a lot of teamwork to be a successful organization. Over the years, the Malvern Leopards have proven time and time again that they are up to the challenges that face them every Friday night. At Orr's Furniture in Malvern, we too do our best to make every customer that walks in our door feel welcome and confident that we can help them with any furniture or appliance need they have. Our experienced sales staff is ready to help you select just the right piece you need, and we'll deliver your selection free. Once again, we are happy to bring you Leopard Football, and we hope to see you soon. Orr's Furniture, Main Street, Malvern, open Saturdays till 4.
It is 14-12 if you just joined us. The Panthers lead the Leopards 14-12.
Well, I tell you
a missed extra point and a failed two-point conversion, the difference so far.
The Leopards are excited. They're huddled up around Coach Hart, and they want to get back out on the field now and say, to heck with this, 58 seconds left on the clock. Let's tee it up and go play some football, guys.
And it'll be interesting to see how the Leopards come out offensively after looking so good, especially towards the end of that second quarter. Seem to get things going very well. Johnny, do you think they'll come back to, or Ron, do you think they'll come back to that passing immediately?
I think Baker's going to take everything they give him. He's told me whatever he gives, they're going to take. And it's interesting. Benton scores 14 in the first quarter. We scored 12 in the second. And let's see what happens on the third quarter, guys.
Incorrectly identified the kicker earlier in the game. It's number 7, John Hill.
Well, Mike, I don't think there's many Benton Panthers that are sitting home and watching on Cox Cable Community.
They may have an uncle and aunt in Malvern.
I bet we have some relatives out there listening.
An auntie.
An auntie. We do want to remind you, 7 seconds before the kickoff, watch it tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Live, the tape-delayed replay on Channel 13, 4 o'clock. Malvern Cable. Thanks.
We would like to thank Cox Communications, Cox Cable, for allowing us to be on the air and bringing Leopard football to you tonight, as well as every Friday night. The kick is away. This one will be fielded at the 15-yard line. It's Kari Monroe. He gets out near the 20, dances along, reverses field. Now he's across the 20. Got room on the sideline. Across the 50. And knocked out of bounds at the Benton 46-yard line as Kari Monroe looked to be hemmed up, reverse field, and made a great run.
I just showed you how much speed this young man has. But we got a little hanky back down here on the 25.
And that's going to be against Malvern. A lot of times, Johnny, when you reverse field like that, you've got an illegal block. I didn't see the call, but that would be my first guess.
I don't know if it was below the waist or what, Mike. That's just unfortunate because I thought there was all clean blocks all along that side. Must have got one in the back before they reversed the field.
Jace Roberts bringing the play out for the Leopards.
That would have been a huge boost for the Leopards, getting it over midfield. Just unfortunately gets back to the Leopard 15 as we've got 85 yards to march down for another score.
Boy, that negates a 39-yard return that really gets some life into these Leopards.
Delamar and Bryant come split for the Leopards. Jace Roberts up under center. Leopards in the eye. The give to Witherspoon. Gets outside across the 15, across the 30, and knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line, maybe the 34.
Mike, as an 18-yard scamper by Damon Witherspoon. It was a handoff right off tackle. It looked like Brandon Bradford kicked out the defensive end or linebacker, allowing Damon to scamper on outside for a good gain of 18 yards. Good start.
Answers that question about that foot speed, Ron.
Yes, it does. And about that hard hit, too, doesn't it?
Leopards once again out of the eye. Jace Roberts takes a snap to give up the middle now to Witherspoon, and he gets across the 35. And the ball spotted at the 36.
I think the Leopards have found something already in the third quarter, on the running game, coming out 18 yards and 3.5 yards on the second play, trying to establish that running game early out of the I formation.
Second down and 7 now for the Leopards. Once again come out in the I. Kevin Bryant, Justin Delamar split to either side. Roberts looking to throw. Throws out in the flat. Kevin Bryant bounces in and out of his hands. Would have been a pickup of about 3-4, depending on what he did with it after the catch, but Johnny looked like he may have been looking to run a little bit early there.
That's right, Mike. And again, as an old receiver, you can't let it get to your body, and KB was thinking downfield instead of catching ball first, and he had nobody around him.
Did Gibbs ever throw the ball that hard, Chance?
Well, being the decoy that I was, I caught more balls on the sidelines than I did on between the hedges. I'm not sure how he threw it in ball games, actually. Roberts looking to throw to the right side. It is complete to Kevin Bryant for the first down at the 45. Actually, they're going to spot this one back at the 44, so it may be a little bit close, but should move the chains. 7-yard gain for the Leopards.
Mike, they're playing off of him because they're respecting his height and his speed, but they're giving him that soft cushion and allowing an easy 7-yard gain every time. And when you do that, Jace is going to pick them apart with that short passing game.
Roberts being very accurate thus far tonight. Had a couple of drops. Now this time giving to Witherspoon. He's going to be dragged down in the backfield. Loss of a couple yards on the play. Really had no chance on that one, Johnny.
Mike, it is just a turnaround handoff trying to go off tackle, and they've recognized that play going off the left tackle, Jonathan Reddick, and they're blitzing on the inside with those linebackers and got penetration, stopping Damon. Could have been about a 4 or 5 yard loss, and he eluded the first penetrator of the Panthers defense and at least got an extra couple of yards to keep it from a minimal loss.
Second down and 12 now for the Leopards. Once again in the eye. Roberts looking to throw over the right side, complete to Simmons. Into Benton territory. He is going to be brought down shy of the first down at the Benton 47-yard line.
Mike, I will say this, Benton has made an adjustment in their secondary. They've brought up the strong safety to keep that long pass out to the split ends, but still remains that the slot receiver or the tight end will be open. Just as that case, Justin slipped in there behind the linebackers for a great gain of approximately 10 yards on the play.
Third down and 2 now for the Leopards. Still in the eye. Delamar split to the near side. Bryant to the right. To give up the middle. And that is Witherspoon. He fights for the first down. Is going to be dropped at the 42 of Benton.
That was a
gain of 4.
Great great hard-nosed running by Damon Witherspoon. Brandon Bradford got up there and made some good pancake blocks. Along with that offensive line looked like they fired off all 5 of them, making good penetration on that defensive line that I thought might be one of the Benton strengths. But it looks like the Leopards are fighting a lot harder in this third quarter against these Panthers.
Jace Roberts takes the snap, gives this time to Witherspoon up the middle across the 40-yard line and drags a couple of Panthers with him to the 37. A gain of 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Leopards.
Mike, they're attempting to run off this left-hand side. It's pretty much the weak side offensive line. They behind Skinner and Jason Tatum. Don't get me wrong, that's not meaning that these players are weak. It's just the call of the offense where it's on the opposite side of the tight end, but good game by Damon Witherspoon.
2nd down and 5. Roberts looking to throw, pump fakes, throwing over the top. It is complete to Delamar. Great catch as he is knocked down at the Benton 17-yard line.
Mike, Jace Roberts puts it where nobody could catch it but Justin Delamar. It was between 2 defenders, high enough and out of the way where they could not even touch it, where those big arms and hands could jump up there and catch it.
That's that 6'3" mismatch you've been talking about all the time, Johnny. He's just about 6'3", 6'3 and a half out there against a pretty good-sized corner. Looks like a 6-footer, but I tell you what, Delamar really jumps well.
He's got that capability to go up for it a lot better than any other defensive back, and that's exactly what happened.
Roberts up under center. We've got whistles before this one starts. Should have probably some movement along the line.
Back to that pass. That was a crisp throw by Jace Roberts, and it wasn't a jump ball situation. It was a hard thrown ball. Approximately 15, 20 yards, I think, Ron, on that pass play.
19 yards.
19 yards down the field, and it was to the short side, but it was downfield, but it was on target and allowing Justin Delamar to make that catch.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 23-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 15 for the Leopards.
What was it called?
It was holding against the Leopards. And Johnny, you mentioned he's got the ability to go up for the ball. More importantly, he's got the ability to come down with the ball. Great hands displayed so far. Roberts looking to throw to the right side. He's got Kevin Bryant out in the flat, caught at the 15. Kevin Bryant gets inside the 15. They'll spot this one near the 13-yard line, so Malvern able to get back the penalty yards plus about 6 more.
Mike, that was great catch.
11 yards.
By Southern State Bank isolated player, Kevin Bryant. He's up over 12 catches or 10 catches tonight. Great display of accuracy by Jace Roberts to get it to him.
Leopard still in the eye. This time to give to Witherspoon, looking to go outside. He's across the 15. We've got a flag on the play, and it looks like holding will be the call once again for the Leopards. Very unfortunate. It looks like Witherspoon had enough yardage for the 1st down.
He turned the corner. It was unfortunately the defensive end that the only one that had an attempt to make the stop for a loss. Looks like Justin Simmons kind of pinched him in where he wasn't able to get loose, but I think Damon Witherspoon would have avoided that defender, but unfortunately it backs the Leopards up 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and that was in the backfield, so that was even deeper penalty than just 10 yards. It was about a 12-yard penalty, 13-yard penalty, backs the Leopards up to almost the 25-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 24. It's 2nd down and 16 now for the Leopards. Roberts looking to throw to the right side. And it is complete. Nice catch out there by Kobe Applewhite as he had to get that one off his shoestrings.
That looked like almost one of those split-end screens coming back in front of the 2 receivers that are going downfield, trying to run all the D-backs out and peeling back a wide out back inside. The throw was a little bit off, and Kobe Applewhite came up with a great shoestring catch for about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Ball spotted just outside the Benton 20-yard line. Jace Roberts in shotgun. Looking to throw out the right side. Once again, got Bryant at the 10. Bryant coming across the middle at the 5. And he is going to be stopped shy of the goal line. Ball spotted between the 2 and the 3. It's about a 17-yard gain. It's first and goal for the Leopards.
Mike, it was a post pattern by KB. He was coming across. He avoided the first defender, danced around again for like the third defender. I thought he might have should have got down with the ball, but he come up with an extra 5 yards. And you just never doubt his ability on the field to get extra yards, and it almost a score by Kevin Bryant.
Leopards in the eye. Roberts takes the snap, gives to his tailback Witherspoon, trying to break this one outside. Witherspoon breaks a tackle, touchdown Malvern! Malvern scores and takes the lead with 5:05 remaining here in the third quarter.
Mike, we're running right behind Jonathan Reddick, and
Jonathan Reddick and Jason Tatum.
I'm so excited I can't even think of all the guys' names. But running over that strong side on the right-hand side and getting good push and penetration.
The kick is away and good. So Malvern now takes the lead, 19-14. Floriani now getting set to kick this one off. And Johnny, the Leopards had to overcome some tough penalties there. Were able to do so with the passing game. The kick is away. Is going to be fielded at the 15. Fumbled there and picked up.
Number 24 of the Benton Panthers.
That's Wells, and he gets across the 30-yard line.
All the way out to the 38. Decent run back for the Panthers, getting almost to the 40-yard line. Going to be a good start for the Panthers, but getting back to that touchdown, behind Jason Tatum and Jonathan Reddick, like I said, they're doing a great job blocking up front.
Got to give a little credit there also to Brandon Bradford, the fullback.
Damon Witherspoon did elude one of the defenders, and he's the one that they had to beat to get into the end zone.
The Panthers come to the line of scrimmage. Ball spotted at the 38.
Sorry, Ron, you don't get to talk.
I was just going to make the point that 4:48 is the first time Benton touches the ball.
Justin Ray brought down in the backfield, back at the 30, and that is Brandon Bradford, the big fullback and defensive lineman for the Leopards.
Mike, that's one of those keys of the game that Southern State Bank has pointed out. We've got to put pressure on this player, Justin Ray, and Brandon Bradford did do so. Read the play perfectly. They knew it was a pass. He came back there and dropped him for a loss of almost 9 yards on the play. So super play by Brandon Bradford.
Second down and 19. Ray looking to throw again. Has his man at the 35. And that is number 14, Josh Curtis, a senior for the Panthers. Gets back most of that yardage. Is going to be third down at about 11.
Mike, what it is he's trying to roll out to read that play, and saw the receiver running that 5 to 6 yard curl pattern and out to the flat, and he had plenty of time to get it to him for that a decent game. But still, third down and 11 that the Panthers have to come up with.
Ray looking to throw, rolling to his left. Throws out to the far side, has a man for the first down.
Looks like number 12 again, Mike. Josh Brown comes up with a play, 14-yard, 15, 16-yard pickup, but it looks like he's down, hurt over on the sidelines. I hope he's not hurt pretty bad, maybe a gut shot, but
ball spotted at the Malvern 47. All of a sudden, Benton has found their passing game. We have an equipment time. Actually, we've got a timeout on the field. We've got an injured player.
Like I said, number 12, Josh Brown, got a gut check over on the sideline by a hard hit by our defensive backs, and he looks like he shook up on the sideline. So hopefully he's not hurt too bad and get back in the ball game. We don't like to see anybody hurt at all, but
Ray hands off. No, he's going to take this one himself. Across the 45-yard line.
Mike Jonathan Skinner comes up and makes that tackle. He stayed in his lane and did not let Justin Ray get away from him. Great play by John Skinner, excuse me.
You did a great job there, Johnny. Like you said, we said earlier, these kids stay at home, and key on this quarterback and not let him get loose on you.
Justin Ray takes the snap from the shotgun, going to keep it. Skinner forces him to pitch it. Morgan going to be hemmed up and run out of bounds. Nice tough run. I said Morgan, that's actually number 9, Donovan Clark, getting some action here. He's going to be run out of bounds, and the ball's spotted at the 41-yard line.
Mike, we had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. We let him get away, but John Skinner stopped the quarterback, made him pitch quick, and that allowed our D-backs to get up there and make containment on the running game. So great defensive effort so far for the Leopards in the third quarter.
3rd down and 4. Ray looking to pass the left side, has a man. 1st down. We've got running room across the 20, the 10. Shoestring tackle made out there.
Justin Delamar caught back up with number 14 out on split end for the Panthers, and touchdown saving tackle. But that just shows you the speed of the Leopards catching back up.
Delamar saves a touchdown there, at least for the time being. The ball spotted at the 6. It's going to be 1st and goal now for the Panthers with 3:19 remaining here in the third quarter.
Boy, you hem them up, then they hit you for a big 35-yard pass, and that's something we just don't need to give up. But like you say, touchdown saving tackle.
Justin Ray, the quarterback for the Panthers, takes this one, pitches to the left side. That looks like Josh Morgan. He's going to be brought down at about the 4-yard line, gain of 2.
A host of Leopards making the tackle. It looks like to me Jonathan Reddick's coming off the pile, number 55. Terrence Matlock making a play, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage, maybe a foot or 2 gain on that play, but the Leopards are making a stand right here, and in 2 more plays, the Leopards can to hem them up.
It's 2nd down, goal to go from the 4, and Johnny, I don't know if you noticed during that huddle, a lot of hands on the hips there for the Panthers.
Well, when you got this high potent offense, when it's going all over the field, you're going to be doing a lot of running.
Ray looking to pass. He is hit as he throws it, catches his own pass, and is going to be brought down. Fumble on the play, and they're calling it down now. Be interesting to see where this one is spotted. It looks like the side judge has it just outside the goal line.
Mike, that was an old Steve Young play. He got batted down at the line of scrimmage, caught his own pass at the 5-yard line, starts leaning back as he's going.
You score that 15-15 for a 3-yard gain.
15-15 for a 3-yard gain.
Shortstop to shortstop for the put out.
That's right.
But he gets down to the 1-foot line and almost scores with the ball. He fumbles right at the 1, fumbling just about forward. Almost for the touchdown.
Big 3rd down. Ray takes it himself, and it is a touchdown, Benton. So Benton takes the lead back, 20-19 with 1:37 remaining here in the third quarter.
Man, that's unfortunate because the Leopards had it batted straight up in the air, right back to the big quarterback, and he comes up, athletic as he is, he comes up with his own pass. And Ron, do you score it as a completed pass, or what do you do?
I scored 15-15 for a touchdown. Quarterback to quarterback for a 3-yard gain.
So you put 4 yards as a reception and a 4-yard pass, or how do you do that?
I give him 3 yards for the reception and 3 yards for the pass.
The Panthers here going for 2. Ray looking, throws out the corner of the end zone.
No.
Incomplete. Couldn't quite get that foot in. Nice catch, but couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds.
I tell you what, that was a great catch by number 80. He just could not come in bounds with 1 foot.
With 1:37 remaining here in the third. It is 20-19. Interesting, Ron, that Benton went for the 2-point conversion, trying to, put that at a 3-point advantage when really Malvern struggled with the kicking game. And I'm not sure that 3 points is going to come into play.
It may not, because I believe these 2 teams are going to score more before this is over with, and we'll just to see how that plays out. I agree. It was a strange call, Mike.
Benton kicks this one away. It's going to be fielded at the 12. Looks like Kari Monroe. Kari is going to be brought down As he gets past the 20-yard line, they're going to spot this at the 24. So about an 8-yard return there for, or correction, about a 12-yard return for Kari Monroe.
Well, you threw me off there.
Tried to help Ron along with the stats. He's quite a bit to keep up with.
Trying it, yeah, it is hard for this old man to keep up, but we're doing the best we can with what we got. The real problem is watching this ball game and getting excited about these Leopards and then remembering to write everything down.
1st and 10 now for the Leopards from their own 24. We have flags on the play as it looks like Witherspoon had created a ton of running room, or somebody had actually created the running room for him. We got an illegal procedure call against the Leopards. That one's going to scoot the Leopards back 5 yards. It will be 1st and 15. Jace Roberts coming over to get the play from Coach Hart.
You know, that's a new wrinkle we haven't seen, guys, that we've been running people in. Roberts coming over the coaching staff at the sidelines to pick up his play.
Kevin Bryant actually calling the formations, getting signals from the sideline. Roberts up under center now, minute 29 remaining here in the third. The give over the middle to Witherspoon. He's dropped after a short gain.
Mike, what I just watched the defense of the Panthers, and both linebackers are crashing immediately when the snap is ran. I don't know if it's the formation that the Leopards are in that they're keying off of, that they predict a run or not, and then when they drop back in the shotgun formation, they're keying that they're going to pass. Maybe that we need to consider picking that up and checking that out, what their defensive reaction is on our lineups.
No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 15. Roberts now in shotgun. Has a twin set to his right, split left. Looking to throw to his right. Has a man over the middle. It's Kevin Bryant. Bryant brought down at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Leopards.
Mike, that looked like about an 18, 19-yard reception. Great catch by KB. He's having one heck of a game catching that football tonight. They found their catalyst in their offense with Kevin Bryant tonight.
Boy, he does have a hot hand. And I want to tell you something. Him and Simmons both, and Roberts keeps going back to the hot players, and they're doing an excellent job.
Wide receivers to either side. And we've got a timeout. Like we may be having a clock problem, as it had never been restarted. And it takes off now.
I'd have to run some time off.
We need all the time we can get until we get ahead, and then we'll start running a little faster.
Witherspoon met at the line of scrimmage, gain of maybe half a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Leopards.
Mike, you know, again, we're in the straight eye again, and those linebackers are just, you know, trying to pinch and blitz. Looks like the last 2 times, just knowing that we're going to be running, and I think for the Leopards' benefit, we might get a passing out of this, and it will stop that extra penetration by the linebackers.
The pitch this time to Witherspoon on the right side, gets past the line of scrimmage, is going to be brought down at about the 42-yard line, gain of 3 yards.
That was just a turnaround, quick pitch out of the I formation, going to the weak side of the field behind the 2 wideout receivers. And Damon made a good cut around 2 pursuing defenders to get a good positive gain, 3 or 4 yards out of it, making it 3rd down and 5 for the Leopards.
So it looks like a long 5 yards, possibly 6. We're going to let the Leopards will let the clock run out here in the 3rd quarter. They'll come back for the final quarter of play after this.
You do something right for over 50 years, you obviously know what you're doing. And that's the way it is at McClure Real Estate. Over 50 years of professional real estate service to the Malvern area. They're locally owned and they're locally operated. That's McClure Real Estate, 332-2777. Give them a call. McClure Real Estate, 332-2777, proud sponsors of Malvern Leopard Football. Maybe it's time for a new automobile or to trade that jalopy off. I'm here with Mr. Teeter Chevrolet Olds, and he's got some words for you. Yes, sir. We've got the words and we've got the product. We've got probably over 500 units out here, and I'm looking at a sea of cars. I've got all kinds and creeds and colors of vehicles, all type of sport utilities. We have the high-dollar European cars. They all popular new Chevrolet. We've got them here at Teeter's. So come on out and shop us real soon. Remember, like I always say, the more we invest in our youth, the less we'll spend on presidents later.
Hi, this is Tony Warner from Malvern National Bank, a real community bank. We're working to make your banking as simple as possible. You can now bank from the comfort of your home or office on your PC with MNB's Access Link. Transfer funds, check balances, pay all your bills through the optional bill pay service. No more checks to write, no more postage stamps to buy. We do it all. And it's at www.mnbbank.com. It's just part of Malvern National's commitment to our customers. Malvern National Bank.
The financial horizon in our little town is changing fast, and all you really want is a familiar face in a convenient place. You've noticed all these blue mountains popping up around town and maybe wondered, what's that all about? It's about banking on the summit. The best rates, the most reliable, experienced folks, and innovative ways to help you keep up with it all. Don't get left at the bottom with a bunch of strangers. Build your future on the summit.
Once again, we'll return to Claude Mann Stadium, where the Panthers lead the Leopards 20-19 as we start the fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick moment, thank our camera crew working tonight, Kendall and Newborn and Deanna Morgan. We'd also like to thank all of our sponsors for supporting us and supporting the Malvern Athletic Department and making these broadcasts possible. Johnny, the Leopards seem to be running slightly more conservative here in the third quarter. Had a lot of success with passing at the end of the first half.
Well, I tell you what, we picked up 87 yards passing and 54 yards rushing in that third quarter. That's a good third quarter for us, guys.
More importantly, Johnny, they held on to the ball for quite a bit of time.
Still a good bounce attack is what the Leopards are trying to establish, and exactly they're moving the ball with that bounce attack.
Third down and a long 5 for the Leopards. Roberts looking to pass. Has a man down the right side. It's Delamar, complete at the 25, the 15, and Delamar dropped at the 15-yard line.
Mike, that was a mismatch down the side. They were in the I formation. They thought that the Leopards were going to run an option type play for 5 yards. Instead, Jace Roberts steps back, sees Justin Delamar getting behind the cornerback, and throws an accurate pass to Justin Delamar down the right-hand side in front of the home stands for a long gain, getting down to the Benton Panthers inside their 15-yard line for a first down, just right at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
42-yard pass from Roberts to Delamar, and Delamar somehow was able to get behind the quarterback, and we've got discussion out on the field now. Not sure.
Mike, what has happened? The clock did not start for the fourth quarter. We're having a little technical difficulties with the clock, and I think it's probably run out 6-7 seconds probably for that play. It looks like to me that they're going to attempt to run the clock on the field.
And I'm not sure actually what's happened with the clock. It's yet to be wound down any. I've got to assume at this point that they are having problems with the clock, as we normally have very good operation of that clock, very accurate. And the Leopards are going to back away as the officials try to get this sorted out.
I think the referee is taking control of this ball game, just saying that they are going to keep the time on the field since we've had 2 miscues in the last several downs. So apparently my understanding at the beginning of the game they had some problems with the clock or the scoreboard. So the computer's down, keeping the stats down underneath and not allowing the official keeper to.
Yeah, there's a lot of different chips in that. This is a very, very nice Malvern Leopard scoreboard furnished by Malvern National Bank. It's high-tech, computerized, and every now and then they will hiccup. And
well, I do know it was mentioned earlier that we did have the hard drive on that computer crash this week, so that may be part of the problem. Jace Roberts under center now, gives up the middle. Good run inside the 10-yard line by Witherspoon as he is dragged down.
DeMond took out of the I formation. It was a straight drop back handoff, running directly behind the guard in the center, and picking up a good 5 to 6 yards on the play, getting inside the 10-yard line. So a good run blocking by the Leopard team, and I think they're hungry for another touchdown right here.
Ball spotted at the 9. It's 2nd down and 5 for the Leopards. They give up the middle. Witherspoon again. He gets near the 5. Should be close to the first down. Spotted right at the 5-yard line.
Mike again straight up the middle in the I formation, finding good success straight over Blackerby and Tatum. Good penetration. Almost another 5-yard gain, about a foot and a half to the first down. So quarterback sneak maybe getting the first down and attempting out on the corners or running the option to the outside. So be ready for anything by this Leopard team.
Delamore isolated on the left side. Roberts going to take this one himself. Gets the first down and down to about the 2-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal now for the Leopards.
Mike, I think I got my microphone in Darrell Baker's ear. I think he's letting me call the plays. I've been signaling down to Jace Roberts for the play, and he heard me call his number. So
it's an old quarterback talking.
I think you were reliving your past, seeing that number 4 take the snap and take off with it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, if that's the case, I'd have called my number about 4 times already to get into that end zone. Whatever it takes to get into that end zone is what I always thought.
Roberts under center. This time gives to Witherspoon into the end zone. Touchdown, Malvern! Witherspoon goes 2 yards to take the Leopards on top once again here in the 4th quarter.
Mike, I tell you what, that was over. Jason Foriani and John Skinner making huge tackles, making that huge hole for DeMond Witherspoon. Of course, Brandon Bradford kicking out on that block, and that allows DeMond Witherspoon to score from 3 yards out. But great play at 11:45 on the clock to put the Leopards up 25-20 in the 3rd quarter.
I tell you what, there isn't probably any 3 people get more excited than the 3 of us up here, and I want to say something about Johnny Gibbs and Michael Chance. To perform the way you guys do under this excitement, it's fun to watch you, because these 3 games have been fun to watch, fun to call, and we got a lot of great Leopard football in front of us.
Well, Ron, it's always great to call great games, and even though we've been on the losing side for the first 2 games, we are going to do our best to pull out a victory tonight for these Leopards against these Benton Panthers.
The clock is working once again. It's at 9:59. Roberts looking to throw to the end zone. It is caught! Caught by Justin Delamar. The 2-point conversion is good.
Mike, that brings the Leopards up to 27-20 at 9:59 in the 4th quarter for the Leopards. It was a great throw up and catch for Justin Delamar from Jace Roberts.
And as I hope you can hear, the Leopard crowd is into this one. Leopards up 27-20 with 9:59 remaining.
Well, it's nice to hear this excitement, see these fans, and I want to tell you something. I believe there's almost as many Benton fans over there as there are Leopards. I will say this is one of the reasons we play Benton crowd, and the crowd's into it, folks.
The Leopards now set to kick off. Foriani gets this one away. Nice, high, long kick. It's going to be back to the end zone for a touchback, and Foriani pumps as well, as that's his longest kick of the night.
Mike, we can't get too cocky here. We still got almost over 9 minutes to play in this ball game, and this defense has to make about 2 or 3 more stands before we can put this in the win column. And a lot of football left in this 4th quarter, because this is a highly potent offense by the Benton Panthers. So we can't counter chickens until they're hatched, if you would say an old Southern term.
That'd be right.
Still 9:59 remaining. The give up the middle for Benton. Big gain there out to the 25-yard line, and that looks like Morgan again.
Monzel Davis makes the tackle. Again, they ride that halfback up in the middle for a 5-yard gain, but we got our paws on him pretty quick and bring him down for a decent game, but still, the Leopards still got a scratch and fight here late in the fourth quarter.
Twin set to the far side for Benton out of the shotgun. Looking to throw, it's complete out across the 30-yard line to the 34.
Mike, they're trying to do the passing game just like we've got effective too. They're rolling that split in out into the flat right in front of our cornerbacks, and Dan Smith, a little softer zone when he's out there isolated on those wideouts, and comes up and makes the tackle, but still for about a 6-yard gain for a first down for the Benton Panthers.
Twins now to the near side, split right. Pass into the flat, and Dan Smith on the stop for the Leopards. Another gain of about 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6 for Benton.
Mike, they're rolling those inside receivers out in the flat again, trying to pick them. Get 4 or 5 yards in the first down. That's just as good as a good run. So they'll probably take that 4 yards in a cloud of dust with that passing game.
Clock at 8:40 and rolling. Justin Ray in shotgun, motion to the near side. Ray gives up the middle. Another gain of about 3 yards. And it looks like Morgan once again.
No. Travis Potts, number 64. I thought he had him all wrapped up, and then one of the Leopards come up and bulldogged him into the ground to stop him before he got a first down. Big play right here for the Leopards. Need to come up with a stop. 3rd and 2 for the Benton Panthers.
And this crowd excited as Benton faces 3rd down and 2. Ray forced to pitch early. Morgan got room to get the first down, and he is across the 45. Ball spotted at the 49, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Benton Panthers.
We converged on Justin Ray running that option. We thought he was too much of a threat and allowed their big running back to get the ball, Josh Morgan, and his speed got around the corner good enough to get a first down.
That was a good pitch by Ray on that play, guys. Nice option play.
Ray on the option again, this time to the near side. And he is going to be hemmed up and dropped for maybe a gain of less than a foot. Nice play there by the Leopards.
Terrence Matlock, number 55, and also Travis Potts comes up and converge on the play. On that option play, they try to come back in with one of the receivers and pinch on the inside, but Travis Potts stepped on the inside of him, made a great defensive play.
Potts was there and played it like a man.
Second down and 10, they say there's no gain on the play. Ray in shotgun. Twins to the far side, he rolls that way, looking to throw. Overshoots his man, intended for number 14, Josh Curtis, a senior.
You know what, Mike, and I think the coaches looked at this at halftime, and like you were saying in the first half, that Ray is not a very efficient passer, and let him throw the ball, and that really showed that he overthrew the receiver about 10 yards and overshot him. So I don't know if it was that he wasn't wide open, but he really overshot him downfield to be a short passing game.
He looks more accurate on those underneath passes. He's in shotgun once again. Sends Wells in motion to the far side. Flooding the right side is Ray. Looking to throw. Has a man down the right sideline. And it is complete for a huge gain for the Panthers. We'll see where they spot this one. The ball was at the 49. It's going to be spotted at the 15. So that's a 36-yard gain.
Same play as Justin Delamar down. Got behind the cornerbacks and was open, and Ray threw a pinpoint passing attack down the sideline for a first down inside the Malvern 15-yard line.
1st and 10, Ray this time gives up the middle to Morgan with running room out near the 10, out past the 10, and he is in for the touchdown. With 6:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter, the Benton Panthers pull within 1. And Ron, that extra point that we talked about early, questioned why they went for the 2-point conversion, really comes into play here.
It really does now, because they're almost automatic on their PATs, and that's a nice 15-yard run through there. They caught us going the wrong direction.
John Hill gets this one away
Good.
And it is good. Tied up at 27 with just under 7 minutes remaining. And Johnny, the way the second half's gone, with the time running out, you want to be the team with the ball.
That's no doubt, and it's in Malvern's favor. We've, 2 scores in the late in the game, and it puts a huge favor in the Malvern Leopards passing attack. So, with that, I think the Leopards have the momentum right now.
Kickoff fielded at the 15. Lots of running room across the 40. They got a flag already. And that was Ricky Garland with the big return again. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, but we've got a flag back near the 40, so this one may come back.
Mike, I don't know if it was a holding, but there was one guy on this side of the field where the flag was thrown.
It is holding against the Leopards. We'll see where this one is marked off from.
Boy, that's
It's going
unfortunate.
to be from the 34
back down to the 24.
So what was a huge return by Ricky Garland turns into basically average field position for the Leopards. And Johnny, that's one of those mental mistakes, and we've had a ton of them tonight.
Well, not a ton. I mean, not as bad as last week, but it's not as bad to be tied up right now, 27-20, with the mental mistakes or turnovers that we've had.
Jace Roberts under center. Out of the eye, Damon Witherspoon on the carry. He got some running room up the middle, up near the 30-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of about 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3.
That was just tough running by Damon Witherspoon. He got behind his guard and tackle and on the right-hand side, and Brandon Bradford making good downfield tackles by the linebackers. Whenever you get 7 yards on first down, boy, go back to it again and again.
6:19 remaining here. Tie score, Leopards and Panthers at 27. Jace Roberts under center. Gives to Witherspoon up the middle once again. He's going to be brought down just shy of the 35. Should be close to the first down. Looks like they got a favorable spot.
Mike, I apologize. Number 31, Eddie Callison, is in there at fullback. Is really going nose to nose with that linebacker, attempting to make a good block. To clog up the hole, and Eddie is just pounding his way in there and making a good block.
Tell you what, Eddie Callison, number 31, is a senior that's been in this program a while, hard-nosed football player. He's an intense young man, and he'll give you all you want and all he's got.
Tim Callison entering the ball game now for the Leopards as Jason Floriani gets a breather. The officials have brought the chains out, and it is a Leopard first down just shy of the 35. 5:57 remaining here in the ball game. Tie score 27 all.
That kind of surprised me. Eagle Eye had an easy one to call there, and then you kind of laid off of that one, Gibbs. I could call that one from clear over here.
Still had him shaking from that pass call earlier. 5:50, the clock is rolling.
That wasn't even close enough for me to call.
They give to Witherspoon up the middle, out across the 35 to the 33-yard line.
I tell you what,
you can say a 38-yard line.
You can just tell that Damon Witherspoon, he has got great vision when he's starting to hit that hole, because it looked like there was nothing there over the right tackle side, and right at the last second, he darted right in the hole for a good 3 to 4 yard gain on that play. Great vision by Damon Witherspoon.
2nd down and 7 now for the Leopards. Clock at 5:10. Roberts looks to throw, pumps once. Now he's going to run it across the 40, the 45, and he's brought down at the 47-yard line. 10-yard run by Jace Roberts gets the Leopards another first down.
Mike, he did not see anything right off the bat. He brought the ball down, did the right thing, tucked it and run. And when you got everybody going downfield and Jace has plenty open running room, he's got plenty of chances to get down there for a first down.
I was talking to the quarterback coach on the assistants coach at Scarborough. We were talking about the speed that Roberts has, that a lot of people doesn't realize how quick this kid can be.
4:50 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Leopards driving. First down and 10, Roberts gives to Witherspoon. Not much running room, and he's going to be hemmed up for probably a loss of about a yard. And Johnny, that's another situation where Witherspoon really didn't have anywhere to go.
Well, there's just a swarming defense, and it gets back. They're almost thinking that out of the I formation, that's the only running plays that Malvern is using or running out of, and they're not running out of the big spread out offense, the shotgun formation, and they're taking their chances of blitzing then.
Kevin Bryant goes split to the far side. Delamar split to the near side. Leopards in the eye. Callison in at tailback, or fullback rather. Witherspoon hemmed up early, and this time he is going to lose 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Leopards.
Again, Mike, they see that play, and we are passing out of that formation. It's just, unfortunately, they pick and choose whenever they're blitzing, and they are definitely pinching with all their linemen and linebackers to get penetration back to the backfield.
Leopards facing a big 3rd down now. 3rd and 12, 3:27 remaining here in the ball game. Roberts in shotgun this time, twins to either side. Brings Kevin Bryant in motion.
I like the trips on that side.
Roberts looking. Has a man down the right side. It's Delamar, and gets only one hand on it. Made a great effort, but couldn't come up with it. Ball was just a tad over his head.
Well, that's a mismatch. Roberts had time. Nice thing there. He had time to wait on it, and just couldn't quite connect.
3:11 remaining. It is 4th down and 12 for the Leopards. The first team offense is yet to come off the field. Roberts is coming back on. It looks like the Leopards are going to go for it. Play of the night so far tonight, gentlemen.
I know what Coach Hart's thinking, guys. Hey, I'm 0-2, 27-27 against Benton. What have I got to lose? Let's go for it, guys.
3rd down and 11. Could be the play of the game. Roberts in shotgun, looking to pass. Throws over the middle. In and out of the hands of Justin Simmons. That would have been enough for the first down. It was right at the 40-yard line. And now the Leopard defense looks to make a play and get this ball back.
Mike, he was wide open down the seam. It was definitely in traffic, but enough room to make the play. The defensive backs for the Panthers knew that they had to hit him hard to bust up the ball, and that's exactly what they did. And Justin Simmons just unfortunately not come down with it.
Ray this time gives up the middle. Josh Morgan got running room across the 35, the 30, the 20, and he is going in for the touchdown. The Benton Panthers take the lead on their first play from the 45-yard line of Malvern. 45-yard run by Josh Morgan.
Mike, that was the play that they've got us all night. They faked one halfback, kind of crisscross in the backfield out of the shotgun. One halfback starts and the other one goes the other way and hands it off to the second back through. And big opening for the Panthers for Josh Morgan for the score.
The kick is up and no good. So with 2:57 remaining, the Panthers go up by 6.
We just got to stay under control and do what we do best is throw and catch and keep control of the ball and not turn the ball over late in this ball game.
Ball fielded at the 15-yard line. This time out across the 30-yard line is Ricky Garland, who's taking the lion's share of those kickoffs tonight. He's going to be, the ball is spotted right at the 30. So it's 1st and 10 for the Leopards from there with 2:52 remaining.
Well, we've got 70 yards to go to get it down there. We scored less than 2 minutes right before half. That means that there's no doubt in my mind that we can march right down the field.
And we made it look easy, Johnny.
That's right. The passing game came alive at that time.
Applewhite and Bryant split to the far side in a twin set. Delamar split to the near side. Roberts on the option. Pitches out across the 20, the 40, and brought down at the 49-yard line is Witherspoon. Something we haven't seen all night from the Leopards. Johnny, the option play.
That's the option out of the split set. Made an 18-yard scamper for a first down, almost to midfield. That's what the Leopards needed to do. That the Benton Panthers had no idea exactly what the Leopards were going to do.
Once again, Baker caught him caught him with a great call by the offensive coordinator.
Clock at 2:31 and rolling. Robertson shotgun, looking to pass, complete to Bryant at the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. Brought down at the 22-yard line. We've got a flag in midfield, actually at the 46-yard line of Benton. Be interesting to see. We've got a penalty against Malvern.
Illegal man downfield is what the call is.
Hard to imagine that was such a quick pass, Johnny. It was really just a little slant route up the seam.
You know, that was just a quick out to KB. Just unfortunately that was called because, like you said, Mike, it was such a quick pass that you wouldn't think that the lineman would have been downfield that early.
Pretty tough to get downfield on a two-step drop.
2:19 remaining here in the ball game. 1st and 15 for the Leopards from their own 43. Robertson shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking for Delamar. He has him at the 40. Delamar brought down at the 35-yard line. The first down. It is a first down for the Leopards.
That was a 21-yard pass play from Justin to Justin Delamar. He went up there and caught it right down the seam. It was almost a post pattern from his one-on-one coverage on number 3, the defensive back of the Panthers defense. And again, Jace Roberts is having one heck of a ball game throwing this football.
Twins left, split right for Roberts. Takes it out, running the option again. Pitches to Witherspoon. Witherspoon at the 35, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 34. Really a gain of about a yard. However, he went out of bounds, and we'll stop the clock. Actually, the clock is yet to be stopped, still rolling at 1:35.
They say that he got him down.
Well, the clock is running, and the clock has not stopped.
1:25 now remaining in this ball game. The Panthers lead the Leopards by 6, 33-27. Kevin Bryant and Kobe Applewhite coming split to the near side. Justin Delamar split to the far side. Roberts from the shotgun once again, looking to throw over the middle. It is complete to Simmons at the 25, and he's going to be brought down there. Actually pushed back. They'll spot it. Actually inside the 25 at the 24. 57 seconds remaining.
Timeout.
And the Leopards call timeout.
It's called, should be timeout for measurement anyway. Come on, guys.
Well, at the spot of the ball, will be interesting to see. They are going to call for an official's. Actually, Malvern is going to take a timeout. The ball has been moved, so I'm going to assume.
I say it's a first down by the Leopards, but they went ahead.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and call that. It will be 1st and 10 with 54 seconds remaining. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here.
Okay,
we hate to miss part of the action.
Okay, 53 seconds, 54 seconds. We lost one at Stuttgart inside of a minute. We lost one last week. It's the Leopards' turn, guys. I just got a feeling that good things are going to happen. It's been a heck of a ball game.
Well, I tell you what, you've got to go back to your bread and butter, is finding those receivers down the seams as we've done all night long. If not, go to Justin Delamar over the top, find his big reach and his catching capability, as well as Kevin Bryant. You know, they've been your two big threats tonight. So
and we've snuck Simmons in across that middle too. And we have so many weapons. It's really kind of hard to guess, isn't it, Michael? What's going to happen?
It really is. And what's making things interesting is Benton is continuing to play 10, 15 yards off the line of scrimmage off these wide receivers. Simmons comes split to the right side now. Bryant and Delamar split to the left. I've got to guess which way this one's going. Jace Roberts takes a snap, actually gives up the middle to Damon Witherspoon, who's going nowhere.
they try to catch
44 seconds remaining in the ball game. Clock still rolling. Now we got a timeout. The Leopards will take another timeout here with just over 40 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10 from their 24. Surprising call, but I'm sure it was for Benton as well.
Yeah, it's one of those situations you hope to catch him catch him napping, and with Witherspoon's quickness, you can pop him up through that middle, and he can be back into that secondary and make a cut and cover that 24 yards real quick.
Well, with the attention those receivers are grabbing, Johnny, if he had gotten past the initial line of scrimmage, you got to think he's going to go a long way.
Well, there's no doubt. You still got those linebackers of theirs attempting to step up, and you still have soft zones behind them. So anytime you throw across the middle downfield, you're liable to have good passing lanes. And when you got a wide open attack like the Leopards do, it's a good chance that we could score.
Well, Ron, Johnny, this crowd is very excited. I'm not sure it's not grown as this game's gone on. This is probably the largest crowd we'll have outside homecoming.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, there's a bunch of knots down there in those yellow shirts and those coaches' stomachs.
40 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Leopards down 6. Jace Robertson shotgun. He's got Bryant and Delamar split left. He's looking for Simmons across the middle. This one is picked off. Picked off at the 10-yard line. And that didn't catch that number. That may be Zach. Was that 6? Zach Teeter.
Zach Teeter. That would be Denny Teeter's son.
Denny Teeter's, as well as
Mr. Teeter's grandson.
That's just an unfortunate inning here for the Leopards because they were battling right down to the wire. 36 seconds left on the clock, and to get down all the way to the 10-yard line is just an unfortunate ending to this tough, hard-fought ball game.
Benton quarterback Justin Ray takes a knee, is going to let the clock run out here. The Leopards once again fight valiantly and come up just short at the end of the ball game. Wow. Clock still rolling at 16 seconds. Benton doesn't have to snap the ball.
I tell you what, Benton you look at that Benton bunch, they know they beat a good football team, guys. They know they escaped, just like the last two.
2 seconds, 1 second left, and the Benton Panthers have defeated the Malvern Leopards 33-27. Outstanding football game.